If you ever wanted a trailer that is perfect to take out on the weekend, this is definitely the one. We absolutely love taking this Black Series out to Padre Island. If you're wondering what we're doing right here, we're actually draining the freshwater tank a little bit. I put a little bit more water than I'm comfortable towing with. Actually filled it all the way up to the top, so we're gonna drain some of it out just so we can reduce some of the weight. But yeah, that shouldn't take very long. But yeah, we're about to take off again, head out to Padre Island, spend some time, cook some hamburgers, and spend time with the family. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back out here on Padre Island with the Black Series camper, and I want to show you an example of something that just stands out. What you're going to see is kind of a theme of this unit is some of the overbuilt things. So if you have propane tanks on your RV, pretty much any RV you have, you're going to see these little cheapy metal band straps that hold everything in place. I just replaced a propane tank with a fresh one, and check this out. First of all, you have some awesome pins that hold everything in place, but look at this assembly right here. This is how the propane is secured. This is probably an 1/8 inch thick piece of steel. Clamps over everything, locks it in place. Again, just a really cool example of how this is overbuilt, how the components in here are overbuilt. Look at how some of the lines are held in place. Do you see this on most RVs? You probably don't. The way this compartment right here is just built, sealed, and designed with all of this nice space underneath it. This is so cool. And check this out, a parking brake. I mean, it has an actual parking brake to lock everything up. So if you're on kind of a slope, you can lock this in place and be in good shape. Who else includes dual tongue jacks? Oops, accidentally dropped that under there. I dropped it in here, but it fell through one of these holes, so I'm gonna keep that in my pocket. Then looking underneath here, just check this out. Look how this is all framed out and built. Look at that water holding tank. You know, I typically say don't carry a full tank of water with you when you travel, but with the securement method there, all those steel straps holding everything in place for all the tanks, and then it's completely wrapped with diamond plate, I mean, you can really travel with a full tank of water in there. I mean, I don't really see why not. Just again, the way that they've designed this is pretty amazing, to be honest. And it would be nice to see more US manufacturers kind of take this approach, because right now I'm really impressed with what I've seen. Everything is so cleanly ran. You don't just have stuff that's just, you know, haphazardly placed in places that could eventually fail just because it wasn't installed correctly. So big fan of what I'm seeing so far. Anyways, I'm gonna get the propane lines connected so we can start firing up the grill. And you all probably remember the review I did on this Lion cooler. It has a lithium-ion battery built into it. This thing can be used as a freezer or as a refrigerator. We have it set at 50 degrees currently. Battery's about half full, but everything is nice and cold inside. We got our hamburgers right there ready to go on the pit. The pit being this really cool little cooktop that we will start up here really soon. And then this water hose has quick connects that connect right here and under here, so I can get water to this gravity-fed sink, which is super cool. So I'm gonna get all this going. We're gonna get the pit going. We're gonna start grilling some hamburgers. Okay, so one of the first issues I'm having is I don't have any way to connect this hose to a sprayer right here. If they do have a way, I can't find it. It might be in a storage bin, but I'm gonna check it out, because right now there's a water connection under here that's designed to connect to this so I can use the sink, but they should really give you another one, or even an outside shower right here so you can spray your feet off and not track a bunch of sand inside. Now, they do have a shower connection on the other side of the RV, but again, it doesn't really help you much if you're covered in sand on this side and you wanna avoid tracking it in, or you just wanna spray off your steps right here. I looked behind the door. This is not it. This right here is a 12-volt socket, and this right here is a 110 socket, but there's no water connection over here except for that one quick release right here. And you know, again, unfortunately, I don't have a sprayer to connect to it that I'm aware of, but I'm gonna search around a little bit more. Maybe they included another quick connect style sprayer somewhere in one of these storage compartments. Okay, so here is the pass-through hatch. I didn't show it in the other video, so it's right here. But what's also cool is the fact that they put this really awesome level so you know when your RV is perfectly level in a good spot. Don't really care so much about it right now, but I might in the future. Yeah, the power cable's over there. I got a propane connection for my generator over there, but I don't have an extra hose that I could connect to this water outlet, and I really wish I did, because that would be super cool. Now you have this right here. Now this hangs down, so if you do use the sink right here, again, it kind of just gravity feeds down. So either you want to use just clean water, wash your hands kind of stuff, or put a 5-gallon bucket under there and let it feed directly into that. Love these latches though. So my wife got in here, got the bed all made up. We were looking everywhere for how to turn the stereo on in this, so we couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, typically you see the controls in different places, and I believe even on the first one that we reviewed, it had controls for your stereo behind a cabinet. But this is all Bluetooth, so you flip the bed up right here, and you have these 2 hatches. We pop that hatch up, and there's a little controller with its own little switch. You turn it on, press the Bluetooth button, and then you can sync to it. But yeah, still trying to learn everything about this. There's a lot of controls kind of in individual areas for like your furnace. Where you look at your solar charging status is down here. It's just, like I said, there's things in different places that we have to figure out. But what do you think, honey?
Oh, I love it. This is awesome.
Absolutely. And look for a review real soon from my wife's channel, Mrs. Big Truck Big RV. What's really cool is the fact that you have these 4 scene lights, one on each side. And right now it is really dark out here. Very beautiful, nice starry night outside. And yeah, we have a whole nice lit up campsite area. Very cool. We have no power going to it right now other than the power being pulled off of the 4 AGM batteries. But you know, so far we've had no issues at all. Don't need the air conditioner out here. It's probably 75 degrees, nice and breezy. Absolutely gorgeous. Got some people 4-wheeling in the dunes over there. Actually, not even 4-wheeling. That's a Charger, I think, or a Challenger. Interesting the type of cars people bring out here. Anyways, burgers are done. We're gonna enjoy ourselves a nice meal. All right, so pardon the wind. We're still out here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful, nice, cool, breezy evening. This is such a cool trailer. Now, there are definitely little things that we would probably recommend, you know, if they had done a little bit differently, such as the confusing switch panel. It's always a little difficult to tell what switch is on. You guys know me, I'm all about simplicity when it comes to that stuff. If they simply had a panel that had, you know, a bunch of switches and you could turn things on individually, I think it would help. They went a little bit too modern and retro in my opinion there. You know, I couldn't find any other way to connect to the stereo other than Bluetooth, which, you know, that's how most people do it now, but it would have also been nice to have maybe a few other means, such as an FM radio, things like that, so you can listen to that while you're out, especially if you're trying to follow a game or something. The lighting on the outside's nice, but I wish some of it had individual controls. You can turn on the side lights individually from the front and back lights, but it would be nice if you had individual controls for those as well. Aside from that, this thing is an absolute blast. We've had a great time in it. You know, putting a shower or a hose connection here on this side would be really nice because you can kind of spray yourself down before you get in. Also, having a removable rug would also be nice, so you can clean that thing out. But overall, you got to give this thing like a 9 out of 10 so far. It's just so much fun. It's easy to hitch up. I don't have to disconnect it from the truck when we come out here. I would never attempt to take our Brookstone out here. It's just too heavy. And, you know, it's not really a problem of pulling it. It's the problem of stopping and then trying to start pulling it again. You're going to end up burying yourself in, and especially if you have to back up and you're trying to push that much weight. But this is just really awesome. But we're going to have it for, you know, quite some time. We'll be able to do far more reviews. I'll, of course, let you know if we have any issues with it, anything like that. But I will give you a more in-depth video on the things that we absolutely love about it and a few things that we think they might have been able to do a little bit different. It's a little past midnight. There's still people driving around. There's some bonfires down the beach. And again, that's just the beauty of this thing. We can hook up to it, run with it, don't have to level it really. We don't have to do a heck of a lot. I mean, the beach is pretty level. We're definitely going to create a lot more content on this thing. I hope you enjoy it. You know, we don't have a crazy off-road truck, and that's not, in my opinion, what you have to have for something like this. You just have to have something that can get you out to places you might not ordinarily be able to get with maybe some other types of trucks. We're four-wheel drive. We can get out here. We just have to be a little bit more careful than some folks. Again, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.